bring in the gods, the deities, connected to the elements of earth, located in the south, to be here now, to give us insight in the runes. Let's bring in the divine archetype of Tyr for focus, concentration. Let's bring in the gods, the deities, connected to the element of water in the west, to be here now, to help us gain new insights in the runes. Let's bring in the energy of the gods, deities located in the north, connected to the elements of air. Ice here, divine here, the gods, Odin, Tyr, to be here now to give us new insight in the runes. Let's bring in the gods and deities connected to the element of fire located in the east, to be here now. Welcome at another video, Germanic Wellness, the warrior path of Germanic shamanism, paganism. And it is a very interesting yet challenging time, I must say it at least. It's completely different. And what I could say is that maybe from a spiritual perspective, we could say there's like a higher state of consciousness, the fifth dimension that wants to come together and integrate into the third dimension. So at 1 feet we are still kind of like trying to operate into matrix conditioning in the third dimension. A lot of our survival-based consciousness is being triggered, and then on the other part there's like this fifth dimensional heart kind of consciousness that wants us to connect with the divine, with the soul essence of our true authentic self that exists within us. And we feel we can only express, and we want to only express ourselves from our true authentic self. And everything that's not really in a line with our soul consciousness, with our heart consciousness, of the multiple divine archetypes that also exist, of course, from our ancestors, if we are not in a line with that, that simply nothing really seems to work with that. So we could definitely say that if we are trying to operate from this third dimensional survival-based consciousness, we're going to experience lots of conflict and chaos. And maybe we struggle with focus and concentration, or being consistent and persistent in our daily things, or everything that we try to do in this kind of matrix kind of system. Everything starts to feel like everything is taking us so much of energy to do anything at all. And yeah, that's quite a challenge, you know, trying to sustain yourself, paying the bills and all of it, when we are living in a system with the rising cost of living and inflation and all of that kind of like economic kind of financial warfare that's going on against mankind. So that's why here on Tuesday, Tyr's Day, I thought like, okay, so this is kind of what I'm dealing with, because one of my last rune readings that I did, I had like a reversed Tiwas, and that had to do with a lack of focus. Before that, I also mentioned like we are going through a time of maybe an ice age where we feel like stagnated and stuck within our soul consciousness, where we struggle to really to move forward, trying to bring our heart soul consciousness into reality. So that's why I thought it would be a good idea to ask Tyr to bring in his energy for support, guidance, focus, clarity that can lead towards victory. How could this victory look like for you? Maybe it's to crystallize our true soul's calling, is to manifest our soul's calling of what it is that we really meant and supposed to do here. But it's not really about waiting for purpose to kick in, it's to dedicate ourselves to something that becomes our purpose, that feels in line with our joy. So let's do another rune reading to see what kind of energy we can play around with in order to develop more focused concentration. So, what is the energy that we have today? It's so freaking promising at the moment. I'm loving it. We're starting off with yet another Isa. I keep drawing this Isa rune. For what reason? Feeling stuck, stagnated, frozen in time, where we may be dealing with our conditioning that keeps us stuck for some reason, stuck in the mind, maybe stuck in our old habits. So that's kind of really what we are having. Because of that, we are also drawing Turisas. I made a much larger video about Turisas, which is very, very interesting. At one point, we are looking up a giant wall of a challenge and block, maybe injustice that we feel, something that feels overwhelming. That's why we say it is a giant that we are up against, a giant wall. Then at the same time, Turisas also representing the divine archetype or the god Thor. And Thor, of course, was the giant slayer. He fought against these giants. He gave us protection. He helped us to optimize the magnetic field of the earth and the field of mankind. So what can we do? Stay committed, dedicated to our health, our wellness, our fitness, to weightlifting. So this is really essential, because this is really like the challenging time that we are up against. Then we also have Hagelas. Amazing, loving it, so far so good. Hagelas, hail, storm. Well, what is hail doing? Frozen ice is destroying the farmlands. Maybe we had like fertile lands of crops, and then a massive hailstorm is raging over these beautiful fertile farmlands, and then it's causing destruction and chaos. That is what is here and what we are going through. So why we must go through all this challenge and these struggles and all of it. And of course it all has to do with our path of initiation. Initiation into deeper soul consciousness, and where our mind wants to control things, but I can't. And then we must learn to somewhat surrender to the elements, surrender to nature, surrender to the flow of life, surrender to the seasons of life itself as we are in. And then eventually, to make it sound a little bit better, we're finishing off with an Veil. Veil, of course, wealth, abundance, cattle. How more cattle you own, how more abundance you had. So this is kind of like the message. Now what we can do is, of course, like turn this reading into a shamanic journey as well, where we further integrate the energy of this 4 runes. Now you could say like, hey, fantastic what I'm seeing here, but maybe it just applies to your energy and I don't give a F about your reading. I want to know what's happening within me, what's happening within my soul's journey. Why do I feel what I feel? And why do I feel stuck or stagnated? For that reason, I can also give you a more personalized reading for you as well. And that is up to you if you just want a reading for yourself to gain a little bit of insight. Or if you also want to use the energy of the runes to further integrate that, is to further dive deeper within your own soul consciousness for healing, support, guidance, ancestral healing, ancestral development, is to bring up the energy, the strength of our ancestors as well. So this is of course something that we can do to further align ourselves with our path within a shamanistic experience, that of the soul, of course. So once again, hope that was helpful. Actually, I was hoping to pull the energy of Tyr of Tiwas, as this could really help us to stay focused on our, maybe the things that we have here in the mind, like income producing activities, or increase our productivities in our world, increase our creativities. that is going to lead us to more income, more stability. Because this is a process where we might feel a little bit unstable, going through time of chaos. But remember, that is the process that we need to further open up the heart and to integrate more of the divine and soul consciousness. Anyway, if you've got any further questions, please let me know. Simply drop a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I see you in one of my next videos. Take care for now. Bye bye.